You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Brommer018. Link in the description. Do it now. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I'm Brommer, aka Ash, and today I want to go into the deep dive pitch notes that EA have recently released on FIFA 22. They have, of course, just released another trailer ahead of the release of FIFA 22, and it is a gameplay trailer, but more importantly, they did release a pitch notes. This is their way of communicating what the updates are. In the pitch notes, they have a full breakdown and deep dive of all the new gameplay features and improvements that are coming ahead of the new release. But in particular, what I want to talk about is the tactics section. Now, we did release a video recently covering a small amount of the tactics improvements that they have made, and in particular it was this, as you can see here, a couple of tweaks here and there with build-up play and chance creation added. However, they didn't really go into detail about that. They said they're waiting for the deep dive, and they have now improved it. But on top of that though, they've also announced improvements to the defensive side and player instructions as well for the tactics section. So really excited about this, and we are going to get into this now. Of course, anyone who does subscribe to my channel will know we're very big on the tactical side because of our FIFA tactics series. So this is really big for us. Now, we're going to talk about the attacking side first. We're not going to go too big on this because we did, of course, already sort of briefly talk about it in that previous video. But what they have built upon here is sort of all four sort of options that you do have in each one. So they've got build-up play, and this is how your team performs when they're in possession in their own half. So how they're going to approach it as soon as they regain the ball deep in the pitch. And we've got four different options. You've got balanced, which of course is very self-explanatory, and then you've got slow build-up, which is going to support a more possession-based approach. Players will be looking to show for the ball, you'll be looking to play it out from the back, and then play through the thirds and work the ball up the pitch that way. And then we've got long ball, so you're very much going to be looking at a target man, looking to go direct, looking to make runs in behind the opposition sort of defence, and look to play it through them that way. Cover a large amount of distance in as little amount of passes as possible. And then finally we have fast build-up, which really lends itself to counter-attacking systems where your players are going to be looking to make as many runs as quickly as possible, lots of quick passes, whether that be short or long, and very much about counter-attacking. So that's very good, better than the system we already have for sure, so something I'm looking forward to. And then we also have chance creation as well. So we've got balanced again, we've got possession, and I should also say that this is how your team will attack when they're in the opposition half, how they're going to approach the game. So really, you can have a variety, you can have a mixture of different things. You can ask your team to try and play it out from the back to try and retain possession, and then when you get into the opposition half, then perhaps you're going to put forward runs on, and you're going to encourage a more high tempo, high risk sort of game. You know, you can mix and match here. This is very sort of handy, and something that's really going to build on the tactics that we've already got. So we've got possession, we've also got direct passing as well. Again, this is going to be the likes of looking to get the ball to a target man, get it out wide and put crosses into the box, etc. And then we also have forward runs as well, which is going to be more, I suppose, like a Leeds sort of system, where it's very much about vertical passing all the time, high tempo, just looking to get it forward, lots of runs as well from your players, as much movement as possible. So this is something that I'm very much looking forward to. So if we go down the list here now, we've got this more tactics and instructions customization section, and this is where we see the real meat of the tactics. So first things first, they do talk about the depth and width sliders. They've also got this in the attacking section as well. But they've actually changed this. Now, the system we've got now is currently a block of 10, and you can have it between the number of 10 to 1. But now they've changed it so that it is 1 to 100, and it is literally a slider. So you can have it on any number amongst that 100. Now, the reason behind this is, and I'm completely behind it as well, is that it allows for just as much freedom as possible. You can literally pick the exact number, specific as you possibly can get, which is just going to be very handy. Now, we'll wait to see how that impacts on the game. For example, will the likes of 75 and 65 make much difference? We're only going to find out when the gameplay is released. But I'm hoping that this is going to allow for a lot more specific tactics, and it's going to give you complete customization over that section. If we move down the list a little bit now, and these are starting to get into the things that I'm very, very much excited about. First off, as you can see here, free roam instructions for defensive midfielders to allow for the role of a deep line playmaker to come closer to the ball to support whoever's in possession, and also to drop deep when receiving possession in build-up as well. This is something that I'm very much looking forward to, because at the moment the defensive midfield position, it just doesn't allow for anything like that. They're very stagnant. They're very sort of, well, they won't shift position. They won't shift out over to the wide areas if they're a central midfielder. Now with this, this is going to completely change it up, and hopefully we've got someone who, with that free roam role, will be able to really drift across the entire width of the pitch, just coming to where the ball is, always given an option, showing for the ball, and I think that could be really, really important. Now we'll wait and see again how that one plays out. Hopefully they can get that one right. We've seen before where player instructions just don't really work, they don't register, but hopefully they can get this one right. Next up we have step-up instructions. Now this is going to allow for a more tighter marking system, and it's something that we've sort of spoke about in a lot of our tactics videos, how it doesn't really make room for a man marking system. This is going to allow you to do that a little bit more. So what it is that you will see here, and we'll scroll down a little bit, there is a picture as well. We've got this step-up instruction. What it means is that any of the defenders, whether it be a centre-back or a right or left-back, are able to push up and then mark the opposition attackers very, very tightly. So it's to try and stop them from being able to receive the ball easily. And what this is going to do, as I say, it will just allow for a more man-marking system. Now, naturally, you do have a sort of drawback to that, in that because your defenders are pushing right up tight, you're going to leave a little bit of space in behind, because as it says, they are stepping up. So that's going to be a sort of drawback of that, and you're going to have to decide which one you prefer. But very much, again, this is an added bonus. This is something that I think we can make use of as well. So that's another thing that I'm very much looking forward to doing. And finally, if we look down here, you will see, wow, this is one perhaps the most excited about. Overlap instructions for centre-backs. In a 3 or 5 defender system, we can now instruct our centre-back to overlap. This is so important, because often I've tried to recreate systems on the channel, looking at Wilder's 5-back, 3-back, or we're looking at the likes of Gasparini's 3-back. Often you will have centre-backs overlapping, and you just couldn't recreate it. The only way we could do it is manually by pressing LB and A or L1 and X when that defender has a ball, and then they'll run forward. But now it's hopefully going to work. Now, we also had join the attack as well, which is already an instruction for centre-backs, and it never really worked. So hopefully this is able to sort of nullify that issue now, and we can really get that, because that's something I think a lot of people are sort of, well, have been hoping for, and it's something that I can see people using as well. I'm definitely going to use it. So overall, really pleased with the announcement. We'll see how things go. Overall, in terms of the ones I'm most excited for, obviously this overlapping centre-backs, also the free roam for CDMs as well. I think this could be absolutely vital. As of course will the sliders as well being adjusted. Hopefully that's going to really play its part, but very promising for sure. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. We'll also probably do a video later on about covering this entire announcement, covering all of this deep dive and these pitch notes regarding all the gameplay sort of additions and stuff they're making, and just sort of seeing what we think really. So do let me know what you think of that as well. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for more regular content from the likes of FIFA and PES. Check out my tactics videos, as I've already alluded to, if you haven't done so already, and give me a follow on Twitter as well. The link to that is in the description. On that note, we're going to finish it there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.